All right. Inverse functions. There's a lot to go off of this, but we'll start simple. So the inverse is the opposite. Okay, so we're going to take that methodology and apply it to functions. So just to start off, let's just go very basic. Let's just say y equals 2x plus 3. Okay. If I want to find that function's inverse, all I'm doing essentially is switching the y and x values, like switching where they are physically on the equation or in the equation, and then I'm solving for y. Okay. So this is now going to be an x equals 2y plus 3. So all I did was I switched the two variables. Now I'm going to go ahead and solve for y, like I normally would, okay? So to do that, I'm going to just subtract 3 on both sides. X minus 3 equals 2y, and divide by 2 on both sides. My inverse is y equals x minus 3 over 2. That's it. That is to find the inverse. Now, sometimes, obviously, the functions will get a little bit more challenging. So let's try to find the inverse of something a little more challenging than that. Okay. Did I have an example up here? No? Good. Okay. Let's try this. Let's go y equals 2x squared plus 14. Okay, it's just a little more challenging because of the square. So again, if I want to find the inverse of this function, I'm just going to switch the variables first. So 2y squared plus 14. Subtract 14 on both sides. X minus 14 equals 2y squared. Divide by 2 on both sides first, because that's, if I'm using SADMEP, I have to divide first. So the quantity of x minus 14 over 2 is going to equal y squared. And to get rid of the square, I'm going to square both sides. So my final answer is y equals the square root of x minus 14 over 2. That's inverse functions, and that's it. All you're doing, it's 2 steps. Again, 1, I am switching where the variables are in the equation. So I'm switching x and y. And then I'm solving for y. Now, I made it easy because I made it y and x, but typically remember, this is going to say f of x. Now, if it was a different variable completely, let's just say if it was f of a. So f of a equals 2a. Well, it's still y and x, so I'm just going to switch those 2 things. Don't put f of a, though, in your answer. Make it like a y and an x, and we'll talk about it in class. Okay? Pretty simple. Inverse functions. It's going to be a big jumping point, though, because there's going to be a lot more than that. Lot more than that. Lot more than that. Lot more than that.